So I've been sitting here contemplating whether to do this video or not. A lot of people have been asking about me and my wife's story. Of how, one, we conceived our daughter. Two, how we lost our daughter. And well, I've been getting a lot of like people asking, well, can you tell me your story? And I just thought like maybe I should just like make a story time video, get it out of the way. I'm doing this on just the record, no fancy schmancy edits. It's gonna be raw. Well, a story about us. We met like 10 years ago at a Halloween party. I was underage. If you're young, don't be listening to this. I was 17 at a 21 and over party in Santa Barbara, California. I met my wife vaguely. She's over there. She's ignoring me right now. And at the end of the night, she went off with a different person. You want to say hi? I guess you don't. Then years went by. I kind of like thought about her here and there, like, oh, I wonder whatever happened to her. And well, seeing her at Warped Tour, not realizing it was her as well, and not doing anything then either. Long story short, we rekindled on this app that also has a sister app called Scout. It's called Meet Me. Long story short, I was going through a divorce at the time. I was arguing with her, saying, no one could change. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Blah, blah, blah. This one over here trying to tell me they can change. It's true, they can change. Huh, babe? Yeah. All we get is a yeah. But, shortly after, I, went to this fertility clinic that I was visiting beforehand, and they basically gave me the option, the next time I were to ovulate, I can always try, or if I just want to wait a little bit longer, I can whenever I'm ready. I mentioned this to my wife's name is Marion. Say hi.
Hi.
She's over there. And basically, long story short, she's like, if it happens, it happens. Doesn't hurt to try. So I'm like, okay. And mind you, I think we were, what, babe? We were together for what, 2-3 months?
Mm-hmm.
2-3 months at the time. But I think we were just ready to be parents at that point. I knew I wanted to be a mom. Like, I had already lost the baby. His name was Mason. I just wanted, to have that title. And I was willing to do anything to have that title. And so I go through the process. I wait till I'm ovulating. All this, that, and the third. Go to the office. They squirt some juice up inside. Wait the 2 weeks. Take a test. And I was pregnant. And then 16 weeks later, find out it's a girl. When we did the nip test, apparently we did it too early because it was a boy. I guess it was a little too early. And turns out it's a girl. We name her Mikayla Estefania. Mikayla is the name that Marion came up with. And Estefania is the one I came up with because I did lose a sister a couple years ago. That will be maybe another story time. Not sure. But we got pregnant with her. I was having a good pregnancy up until they told me I had a subchronic hematoma. They said that typically is normal. Is something that we monitor, this, that, and the third. Thinking nothing of it. Thinking that it's gonna be okay. And I'm working at this time. And I work in a medical office. So above, the floor above me does have an OBGYN office. Because at that time, my insurance was getting messed up. I had Medical at the time. If you guys don't know what that is, I think in other states it's called Medicaid. But I went up there a couple times and she told me that it's a subchronic hematoma, that it's normal. My wife, on the other hand, she said, I don't know, I think you should go see somebody else. Go see somebody else. Go see somebody else. I honestly, in the back of my mind, I do wish I probably would have gone and seen a different doctor. Or try to go to, like, I don't know, some free clinic to see a different doctor. Something. Because maybe something could have been done. Maybe something could be prevented. But, I want to say, after them telling me I had a subchronic hematoma, what, a month later? I think it was like a month later. I go, ever so often, and I just check on her, make sure she's okay. Because the doctor I was working for was friends with the OB doctor upstairs. So she had no problem, checking on me and or on the baby. So, therefore, after, like a month, like I said, I think, because I know I was 3.5 weeks away from viability age. The last appointment I had with that doctor, she told me, let's just wait until viability, and then we can put you in the hospital, and we can give you steroids, all these medicines to mature her lungs, make sure she can at least somewhat breathe on her own. If not, she will be like on I guess a ventilator or something. I'm not sure. Didn't get that far. I think after she told me that, and then I went back in because I was having pains. I remember it was on a Saturday or Sunday. Saturday? So on a Saturday, I was having pains on my right side, like, and she usually, like, sits directly on my right side. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's just pushing a little too hard, or maybe they're just like Braxton Hicks or something. I just kept giving an excuse. And I'm like, she's okay, she's still moving, she's okay. And it comes to Sunday. It's getting a little worse. And I'm like, I start looking into it, and it's just saying Braxton Hicks. And I'm like, okay, so it must be Braxton Hicks. This is where I should have gone to the hospital. Because maybe she would be here. There's babies that are born at 21 weeks, and they survive. And at that time, I was 22 and some days. Monday, I go to work, and I tell my doctor what's going on. And she tells me, go ahead, go upstairs and, see if she's okay. So I go upstairs, I tell the OB doctor, my experiences on the weekend and all this. She's like, okay, let's go to the ultrasound. So she turns on the machine. We're like chit-chatting or whatever, and I'm telling her where the pain was. And it was going straight across my stomach. And it didn't reside right in me to keep waiting. And that's why I was there talking to her. And she said, well, honestly, if you had those pains, you should have just gone to the hospital. Any pain that doesn't feel right, you should always go to the hospital. And I was like, I just figured they were Braxton Hicks. She said, those Braxton Hicks are more in your back. And then they come towards the front. So I was like, okay. And so the machine's already on. So she puts the jelly on my stomach. And, you know, she starts like moving the little thingamajig. I don't know what it's called. The probe. And at this point, she's like looking at, you know, I might cry. She starts looking at her heart. And she looks, like, glances at me, and then is still looking at her heart. And at this point, was it on the Monday that she still had the heartbeat, but the following day when she told me to come back, right?
She had a heartbeat on Friday over the weekends.
Okay, so on Friday I got checked. That's right. On Friday I got checked because I
left work Monday.
Yeah. So it was Friday that I had gotten checked, and that's when she told me that I had the hematoma and I had the baby had a murmur, like it looked like a murmur, and I was like, okay, I was born with a murmur. My murmur went away. So then on Monday, like I was just saying, I went in and she was checking me. She was checking me, and she tells me, she doesn't have a heartbeat. And she was sorry, and she needed me to go across the street as soon as possible. So I needed a minute. I called my wife. Well, at the time she wasn't my wife yet. And I tell her that she's gone. And my wife goes, what do you mean? I'm like, Mikayla doesn't have a heartbeat. And my eyes are watering. Are you okay? I think her eyes are watering too. And sorry, but they tell us, that things can happen for no reason, and we just don't know why. And Mikayla was one of those reasons. I've always wanted to be a mom. I know I was meant to be a mom, and I just don't know when I was meant to be a mom. I know I have the most nurturing heart. And everyone tells me, oh, you're going to be a great mom. And it hurts the same when they tell you there's no heartbeat. There's no heartbeat. And when they tell me I need to go across the hospital, because I need to figure out what I'm going to do, because I'm 22 weeks along. So what they have me do is choose between a DNC or what they call a quick labor. Basically, they give me a high dose of Pitocin and they have me go through normal labor. And that's what I chose. I could not do a D&C to my daughter. I'm sorry. I carried this little girl inside me for these 22 and a half weeks. I am not going to pull her apart piece by piece. I'm not going to do that. So I tell my wife what's going to happen. I'm going to be over here. And just to ask for my name when you get here, and they'll bring you to the back. And mind you, she's at work and she's trying to get off to get to me. And I get through the labor and everything. Labor was so fast. It was like an hour and a half. And by the time she gets there, you know, she's worried. She's frantic about me. She's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And that's the one thing I love so much about her. She cares so much about me. She takes so good care of me. I could never ask for a better person than what I have right now. And that's my wife. I could never ask for a better person than her. I love you.
I love you too.
She's really good. If any of you know me, y'all would know I've gone through a lot. And not good a lot, bad a lot. And wow, I'm thankful. But now, you know, almost 2 years later, Mikayla did pass away December 10th, 2018. It is now January. No. January. It is February of 2020. Her viability date would have been January 20th of 19. But every, you know, memory date that we have, which would be her due date of 4/25/19, her death date, like I mentioned, and her viability date. Excuse me. But all of those, we do get emotional still. It is hard. There's days that I don't think I even want to think about it because I just feel like I'm not strong enough, but my wife does show me that I am strong and that she is there for me. Just what yesterday I had a breakdown. It happens. It's gonna happen. For those of you that think it's never gonna get better, it's gonna get better. You just gotta believe in yourself and stay strong for yourself or for your spouse too, because you know they go through it too. It's not just you. They go through it. They have the pain. They have the sorrow. They have the guilt just as you. And that's what I had to learn too, because I was in my mindset like why me, why me, why me? But it's not just me. It's us. It's us. Why us? Why us this time? Why did it have to be us? But I truly, you know, to this day, I believe there's a reason for everything, unfortunately. There's a reason why God takes loved ones. There's a reason why God takes babies. And I don't know. Some reason God needed her back. And all I can say is I'm glad that my babies are with my grandparents up there, up in the heavens. But at the end of the day, it does still hurt. don't think it's gonna get better and you're gonna get over it in a month or two. No, it don't work like that. It still hurts me with Mason. Still does. And I know in the future it's still gonna hurt us with Mikayla. And I fortunately have, you know, the best person in my life to stand next to support me, to help me, to guide me. Huh, baby? She shook her head, yeah. But on a good note to leave on this video, since I was going through a lot of ups and downs in 2019, January was really bad. February was bad. March was okay. April was okay, except for the 25th and that week of the 25th. And it started to get, I want to say, better. Like in August, huh, boo? We got married in August. Just in 2019, August 30th. Things just started, I wouldn't say normal, but I would say getting a lot better, huh? Like there is time, like I said, there is times where like if that certain song comes on, You Are My Sunshine comes on, I lose it. I will fucking lose it. But up until November, I looked at myself one day and I had a doctor's appointment one day, and both those days put my ass into gear. I lost weight. I was 279 pounds. 279. I could not believe I got to that point, and I looked at myself and I was like, I've never been like this. This is not normal for me. And so I just got tired. And I lost, to this day, 84 pounds. And mind you, when we did conceive Mikayla, I was not on medications. I ovulated normal. But for some reason, after Mikayla, like, we were trying to get pregnant again. And because of the weight gain, from being sad and depressed and staying at home and all that, I gained weight, about 70 some pounds of weight. Because before Mikayla, I was 185, maybe 190, if that. And ever since I did lose weight, a whole whopping 84 pounds, like I said, I am ovulating by myself again. I don't need medication. Which that makes me very proud of myself. Because I'd rather be medicine free. And so does my wife. She doesn't want me taking medicine because it's chemicals. That essentially is chemicals in your body. And you never know. That medicine could just be helping you, but also not helping you at the same time. Helping you ovulate, but not helping you implant. Or not helping you, keep the pregnancy or whatever. Which is true. I'd rather my body naturally do it. Which now it is. So I'm very proud of my body for that fact. But, more videos will be coming, probably. Maybe more journey videos, story time videos. I don't know. Time will tell. Can't tell you all the secrets now, huh? Alright, guys. I will talk to you later. You guys have a good evening or day, whatever time you're watching this. And I'm sorry this video is long, but people have been asking about my story on other social media accounts as well. Like, so this is my story. Bye.